There's a good chance that the native plant that you purchased is not actually a native plant. Let's talk about it. You see, right now there is a massive movement of encouraging people to plant more native plants, but the problem I have, and I can see with this part of the industry, is there's no standardization. And what I mean by this is, what is a native plant actually defined as? So what most scholars would define it as is a plant that has naturally occurred or evolved in a specific ecoregion. But that is not the standard for garden centers, nurseries, or the industry as a whole that sells plants. In the nursery and garden center profession, most people use a looser definition of the term native. So a lot of people will use it as something that is native to your state or even to the broad region like the Southeast or the desert Southwest or Northern Mexico or something like that. For example, this is a Texas sage or Senecio leucophyllum, and this plant is a Texas native plant, and almost anywhere in Texas would sell this and they would put a label on it as being native. Now, this plant does not grow natively in our county here in Wichita County. If you go driving around out in the wilderness, you will not find this plant. However, it does grow exceptionally well here, and that's why we sell it. It would be impossible to try and commercialize only the species that are native to your specific and small ecoregion. Because if you go east of here a couple of counties or west of here a couple of counties, you're going to get completely different ecoregions, different soil types, and different amounts of rainfall. And this doesn't even scratch the surface of whether or not we actually know if that plant evolved in that specific ecoregion where we first cataloged it maybe 150 or 200 years ago. It's very possible that that plant was brought from farther away by Native Americans or any number of different forces before it got planted there and then established in that specific ecoregion. Both of these are shrubs that grow very well in our area, and neither one of them is endemic to Wichita County. We have our Texas sage, which we already talked about, and then we have a Nobilia here, which is actually native to Asia. Neither one of them are invasive in our area. Both of them are both visited by many species of pollinators here, but is it morally wrong to sell one versus the other? What I'm getting at is this is a lot more complex than people make it out to be. People will just find a plant that's native to your state or to a broad region, and they're going to label it as native, whether or not it grows in your specific city or county. Also, a lot of plants that are labeled as native plants are actually nativars, which are cultivars or hybrids of different types of native plants in order to improve their growth habits. But that's kind of a different topic for a different video because some people consider those natives and others don't. Every garden center and nursery is going to have a different standard for what they want to grow and what they want to promote. For us, what we look for are plants that are going to grow well in our local ecoregion. And so some of those are native to here, some of them are not, but we try to find plants that you are going to be successful with in your landscape and that are not going to be invasive or problematic.